My name is Robert.
My name is Daryl.
And we've seen Space Jam.
Everybody, get up. It's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. Wave your hands in the air if you feel fine. We got a real thing going on. Welcome to the Space Jam.
That was great. Why make a real documentary with your life when you have the multiverse that is Warner Brothers? You like Looney Tunes? You like basketball? Space Jam. We got Danny DeVito.
Facts.
We got Dan Aykroyd. We got Daffy Duck. I'm talking pre-Kingdom Hearts. This is 1996. I'm 3.
I'm 3. Yo. Man, I couldn't be happier with an intro. We're obviously in big silly mode right now.
Facts.
What a fun movie. We just watched a movie that's essentially a children's movie.
We saw a kid's movie.
It wouldn't be the first time we've seen a children's movie together.
No, but yeah, but it feels like this was like a 90s kids movie.
Right. It's two things. It's a kids movie and also such a picture of the 90s, what studios were willing to do or able to do with technology and what they wanted to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it in your intro a little bit. A funny Jordan marketing technique almost, or scheme. NBA marketing technique.
Yeah. This is kind of like going to the details, but literally we find out that the director is famous for commercials. Like he's a big sports commercial guy.
And it's a long commercial.
It's just a long commercial. Them trying to sell Jordan to you.
Right. Now, it couldn't be more obvious, and has nothing to do with the t-shirt I'm wearing. I am a massive, beyond belief Looney Tunes person. I talk about Looney Tunes on a daily basis. I think about Looney Tunes shorts the way I think about Godfather 2 and Goodfellas. I'm that obsessed with rabbit seasoning, like these shorts, like these classic Looney Tunes joints. Bugs Bunny is a Brooklyn icon.
They're all iconic characters. Every single one, you could list them down. Sylvester, Tweety, Porky, all the Looney Tunes stars were in this movie, and it didn't feel too crowded, which I kind of enjoyed.
Not at all, yeah. There's a couple of scenes where you actually get to look at all the Looney Tunes gallery, and you're kind of like, man, they had even some lesser known homies who you forget about. You're like, no, they put on, and they at least are in the movie.
And they help cloud all the bad acting.
Yeah.
It's all silly. Everything's silly. So the bad acting just gets put into a campy category.
Right.
And the Looney Tunes save the acting.
And I'm in a silly mood, and I thought it would be fun to think about, because you kind of nailed it. You said 90s and being 3 and being a kid. For me, I was 6.
Yeah.
I saw this movie in movie theaters on the basis of being obsessed with Bugs Bunny. You know what I'm saying? It was
first grade.
Right.
First grade.
Type shit, yeah. So I'm thinking, it's fun / pathetic to wax poetic about the 90s and be like, yada, yada. But really, what a time, right?
You're a 90s baby. And both of us, we grew up in the 90s. By the time 2000 came around, I was already 10, 11. You
I was
were
already
14.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, so, because sometimes I think about that, about myself. It's am I a 90s kid or an early 2000s kid? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I definitely experienced all the 2000s. I didn't get to experience all the 90s.
New metal.
MCR. Yeah, well, that was later. That was middle school days. Throughout, I enjoyed this movie, but towards the end, I was like, could we get this? Could we wrap it up? The movie's not long, and I was like, could we wrap this up?
That's what I meant about kids' movie, where you can only get away with that when you're marketing just to kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember being 6 and feeling like this was like cinema to me, bro. You know what I mean? Every moment was exciting, and meanwhile, we're grown men. We're looking at this shit as an hour and 27 minutes.
Yeah.
I in my brain know it's almost done, but I can feel you being like, yo, this shit is...
Yeah, I was just like...
I brought up the 90s to bring about that Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny informed, more than they should for any grown, healthy male adult, informed my lifestyle even. Forget about lifestyle.
No, yeah.
Because I'm a ridiculous human being. I wanted to think about 90s cartoons because 90s cartoons were going bananas. In this movie, the Looney Tunes assemble into a basketball team, and it's just the Looney Tunes guys and Michael Jordan. I thought it would be fun if we picked our favorite cartoon characters, assembled the basketball team. So we'll do 5 with a 6-man, with a 6 person.
Like a sub?
Yeah. And then
Or
an
maybe
actual.
maybe a coach. Maybe the coach.
We'll add that as well because we're gonna do 6 people, a human person, so like a Michael Jordan stand-in, like an athlete or somebody who we think would be the human person, and then the coach is a good idea too. I was just bringing up nostalgia. They could be any era cartoons. I think it doesn't make sense to limit them to. They should definitely be if yours go to the 2000s. Those characters should be included.
99 is allowed. 99 is allowed.
89. 88. No, seriously, any cartoon. It could be the fucking Jetsons if you want.
Let's talk about what I was watching.
Oh, yeah.
Cartoon Network. Rugrats. Tommy Pickles was the man. Nickelodeon, not Cartoon Network.
That's what I'm here for.
Rugrats were serious. Cat Dog.
Rugrats were serious is going to be a quote.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
I think was like one of the first like cartoon like spooky things I've ever saw.
Definitely. I like that you said that because Scooby-Doo was that, but
Courage.
nothing was scarier truly than Courage was like David Lynch. Like,
no, Courage was dark. Like,
yeah, dark.
Like I would love to have seen my parents watching me watch it. I wasn't that big of a Hey Arnold guy. I wasn't that big of a Johnny Bravo guy. I
like some Johnny Bravo.
He was annoying to me.
Same, but he would just get folded up. He would get folded up by a bad chick, you know? She would just fold him up.
Yeah, rock him. Yeah.
And I was like, that's really funny.
That was funny. I did like Dexter's Lab. Dexter's Lab was like Dee Dee, Mandark. Like all those characters in Dexter's Lab they're like fantastic characters.
Obviously, there's a lot of overlap there, but I will throw in the Cartoon Network, Jendi Tardavowski. I believe that's his name. I'll edit this later on.
Samurai Jack.
We're talking about Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, Cow and Chicken. I feel like Teen Titans was in that kind of low key too. What was the Star Wars joint that they did the super short episodes?
Clone Wars. That was him. Yeah.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Where they would like literally like just commercials. Like
no,
they were so short that they would just be...
The animation was like very different than what Clone Wars ended up being.
So sick.
Underrated. It was like his animation. It was like Samurai Jack.
Like
animation.
Samurai Jack or Dexter's Lab. Underrated. But also...
Yeah, there's a lot of those shorts too. Like if you wanted to do like a deep
in the
dive,
Toonami joint, in the Toonami days, I want to just go and be completely honest with you.
So dude, tell me.
Ren and Stimpy to me is...
I couldn't watch in front of my parents.
That's why I was going to bring it up.
Because my parents would be like, yo, what's going on?
Here's a memory I have. Shouts out to the homie Edwin. He knows who he is. He was watching, remember, he's a young man. Ben and Stimpy. Beavis and Butthead. Your dad was. Yes, we're just putting on Beavis and Butthead, which, if y'all don't know, is just these animated 2 teenage dudes reacting to music videos. So I'm getting music videos and music, just a lot of exposure to that, but also irreverent cartoons that are meant for adults.
And very satire heavy.
So that's why by the time I got to Ren and Stimpy, which I was naturally drawn to because it's silly cartoons, the same way Looney Tunes would be, or Tex Avery. Shouts out to Tex Avery. We're talking Droopy Dog, all those kinds of cartoons. It was like that, but also a little edgier and weird. It was something so bizarre about it that I couldn't put my finger on. And I agree with you about watching it with parents because I have to imagine my mom was like, what the hell is that he's watching?
That and Cow and Chicken. I couldn't watch
Cow and
Chicken. They're like, what is happening?
By the intro, Mama had a chicken, Dad was proud, he didn't care how. I just butchered that.
Yeah, but
I did way better with the theme song of
Space Jam. But that was that
was it.
The
Mama had a chicken, Dad had a cow. I want to shout out Rocco's Modern Life. I agree. I didn't see Hey Arnold. I wasn't a Hey Arnold dude, but I was Our Real Monsters guy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Our Real Monsters. 2 Stupid Dogs.
The dude with the eyeballs.
Facts. 2 Stupid Dogs. Secret Squirrel. Oh, by the way, people will call me an old soul. It's just a way of saying that you're missing teeth. Mm-hmm. I was a big Boomerang guy too. I was watching Flintstones, Jetsons, OG Secret Squirrel, Penelope Pit Stop, Wacky Races, all those joints. I'm so big on that.
You know what you just reminded me of? Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers was a Nickelodeon classic.
I was just like, yo, remember Angry Beavers?
What else? Smurfs. What were those animals with the T-shirts?
Oh, you were out here watching.
Now I'm getting
you were watching like Johnny Quest and shit.
Ren and Stimpy fed right into SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. The energy of Ren and Stimpy translated right into SpongeBob, which became a massive thing. You get
they watered down SpongeBob too, which is very like interesting
over time.
Like even from like its original like conception, because it was like an MTV cartoon And MTV didn't even
This is what I'm
have
saying.
cartoons.
That's what I mean about Ren and Stimpy, where like there was an adult tinge to it, where like it was almost like for parents of kids who were watching the shows as well.
Yeah, Space Jam did a lot of that too, where there was just like innuendos and like adult jokes like that you wouldn't catch. Like I felt like the first time I realized that like watching a cartoon and realizing all this is like full of a whole bunch of just like adult jokes. Was Shrek, Cat in the Hat with Michael Myers. Like these were like the things I was watching where I was just like, wait a second.
That Cat in the Hat is a wild one.
Cat in the Hat.
That's a wild movie.
I seen that movie.
I hate it, but it was wild.
So many times.
Really? Any sports in these kid years of yours? Are you taking in any TV sports or in your life?
So
personally?
The only like sports for me in my life that I ever had like any like family connection to was baseball. Like my grandfather, my grandfather, my uncle, they were big like baseball guys. But my like immediate like household that I was living in, nobody was really into sports, cared about sports. I mean, my dad was watching a whole lot of WWE or WWF at the time.
Same.
UFC, like in the early days.
It was on that?
Yeah, because it was on like Spike TV.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So like those were like I was watching combat.
Where you get hit in the nuts.
Yeah, whether it was fake combat or real combat, it was mostly combat that I was watching.
Right. Good on you to throw in wrestling, to throw a bone to all the wrestling community right now.
You have to remember, at this time, every child thought this was real.
Every single child.
Every child.
Wrestling toys was like currency. At Sunset Park, especially, you come through.
Yeah, dude.
You got the Stone Cold. You got the Undertaker.
Mexicans love wrestling.
You just quotes coming out the yin yang out of this guy today, bro. I was a baseball kid. I had actually baseball aspirations, just like Michael Jordan.
You were in a...
I was in Little League.
Yeah.
Basketball. I like sports. You know why? There was a pop culture component to Michael Jordan in the 90s. That's the thing, man. Like, I watched this movie not just because I love Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Oh, yeah.
But because Michael Jordan was the man.
This movie's about Michael Jordan.
And when you're 6 years old...
This happened for him.
Yeah. When you're 6 years old, you don't get what basketball is about. But when you see a jack dude just going like this over somebody and just slamming it into a fucking hoop, you're like, how do I do that? So let's make these teams.
Could the coach be human?
If you want, yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Could the coach be human? I'm going with Jim Jones.
Shouts to Jimmy, Capo, Taliban.
I didn't mean to say Jim Jones.
Yes, you did. Didn't you?
No, I meant to say John Jones. More violent.
John Jones.
UFC fighter. He's abusive. First person, Gerald from Hey Arnold. Obvious choice. Where else would we go?
Say more about that.
Second person, Reptar, Rugrats.
Oh.
Number 3, we're going Wanda from Fairly Odd Parents.
My team is done.
Fourth, Yugimoto from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my god.
Fifth person, Ash Ketchum. Obviously. What are we even doing? Number 6, my last person, Mandy from Billy and Mandy. She's gonna probably be like the team captain, if we're being honest there.
Okay, interesting. My team is gonna be Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. Boom.
Almost.
Space Ghost.
Oh.
Hong Kong Phooey. What you know about Hong Kong Phooey, bro?
Hong Kong Phooey.
Goku.
Yeah, I was thinking, God.
Vince LaSalle. Recess.
I don't know which one that is.
The kid who loved to play basketball. And my human is going to be Latrell Sprewell. A famous Nick, when I was a kid, the Latrell Sprewell rims were going crazy. It was the invention of rims going like this on a car. I had the sneakers.
You're going to choke out my coach.
LOL. And then my last character, I actually didn't mention, my last cartoon character, Scooby-Doo movies, they would have the Addams Family, Batman and Robin, the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic episode.
One of my characters is any one of the people on Globetrotters in the Scooby-Doo episodes.
Guys.
And that's it. I win.
I think you do win. I think Goku helps a lot, but you know who's better than that?
Goku's on the bench. Goku's my sixth man.
You know who's better than Goku? Wanda. I wish you bye-bye. Space Jam. What a movie. Would I watch it again? No.
When's the last time you saw it?
The last time I saw it was probably like 99.
Whenever it was on TV all the time.
Yeah, like for sure. I've never went back to this movie after watching it as a child.
Yeah.
But what I did like about the movie that I didn't know until we were watching it again is that Danny DeVito's in this movie.
Right.
And you know what? Big fan.
Big fan. Because Danny DeVito is an example of an actor who was dominating
during this time.
The appeal that Danny DeVito had in the 90s is so broad that it is absolutely insane. He was in a movie like Hunchback of Notre Dame or Hercules, and also in Get Shorty, which is like a crime drama-ish kind of movie.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, if you want to go back, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you want to go a little further in,
Big Fish.
Big Fish.
This guy is a gold.
Batman Returns.
You mentioned Hercules. That's 90s, I think.
His 90s run. He was just killing it. And we both forgot he was in this movie.
Matilda was, I think, my first, encounter with Danny DeVito.
Which he directed.
Honest.
He directed.
Maybe it was Hercules, but I just didn't know. Like, nobody knew voice actors. And a child definitely didn't know voice actors. And I feel like there's a voice actor renaissance that has been occurring over the last couple of years until, like, it's happening
more recently
right
where they've
now.
been. But also, he's a physically unique human being.
Yes, he is.
Where, like, you could put him in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's hilarious. That's the premise of the movie.
He's 5 foot. 5 foot is perfect.
And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is the longest running sitcom of all time? Is that right?
And I think one of the funniest. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm still hitting.
But comedy-wise, satire-wise, they have, I think, one of the best pilot episodes of all time. Like, when you want to get introduced to a show and figure out, like, what they're about.
A highly bingeable show. I usually say that about Seinfeld and Cheers and stuff like that. Frasier. Sunny is so fun to shuffle.
And it's good because they have, like, dramatic actors come in and do stupid roles.
Okay, you're segueing into this so well that I'm, like, actually really impressed. The fact that we go into Danny DeVito, unproblematic actor for the most part, right? Been married to Rhea Perlman since Cheers, basically.
Forever.
Talking about probably the reason that we watched this movie. What is that?
Well, first of all, I want you to know that this movie began with R. Kelly. This movie, the first words in this film,
the beginning.
In this film are out of R. Kelly, and I think arguably one of the best songs
out of his pissy ass mouth.
He wasn't the pissy one. He was pissing.
We don't know.
Oh well, that's true.
He might have Ouroboros some shit.
He had like just baby oil bottles full of piss.
He was at the Diddy parties. Go on.
This is all to say the reason why I wanted to watch this movie was for R. Kelly, and he's in this movie twice, and it's just the most amazing song ever.
His spirit imbues this film. So, put into context that we told y'all that they made this movie as essentially a commercial to the NBA, to Michael Jordan, to the Bulls, to Looney Tunes, and they commissioned R. Kelly, a young man at the time, another human being who was rocking the baldy. Shout out to Onyx.
You're gonna have to put
the
album cover during this time.
This song, and he wrote a song that, I mean, I gotta be honest with you, bro. Like you just said, it's one of those ones.
I think
it's one of those ones.
It's one of those, the best songs. It could be played at a stadium. It could be an anthem. I believe I can
Graduation.
Fly. I believe
I can fly. He wrote this, I'm guessing, knowing it was about Jordan and whatever. It was basically a Jordan movie. He was like, oh, I believe I can fly.
Yeah, I really want to understand how it came into his mind, because
I think it was that simple, right? Think about it.
Because literally, I guess I was telling you this because there's a whole montage in the beginning of the film of just highlights of Jordan. And I think one of the first people who was like, you know what? I'm going to propel my body just in a diagonal direction. And if you're in the way, you're in the way.
You just said that so eloquently, I almost shed a tear. That was beautiful.
He high jumped to victory.
He did a double jump.
Yeah, he double jumped. Devil May Cry.
Yeah, but the reason that I wanted to talk about R. Kelly is obvious. R. Kelly is an incredible musician who has written music that even to this day, as much as you will dislike what he did, you listen to.
And if you believe the rumors, he couldn't read, which is even more impressive.
We're talking about a man who wrote timeless music who couldn't even read.
I don't know if it's true, but if it is true, it's
so we got two things to deal with here.
Unnecessary.
One is a serious conversation about the universal conversation of art versus artist and how one is able to separate that or not. It's very valid, and there's no right answer about that, right? It's a serious conversation. The second one is how hilarious it is that R. Kelly could not read or write.
I really, I hope it's not just like a 50 Cent joke. And I mean that in the way that how 50 Cent just makes fun of Mayweather all the time.
Harry Potter's coming up right here.
Yeah, dude. Harry Potter. I'm excited for that. I know many people aren't, but you know what? I am.
Relax. Well, this is the thing about being friends, right? And having this thing, right? We talk often about things, but not in a framed conversation way. And I am curious. So that means I don't know what you're going to feel about how able you are personally to separate a person's work from their dark legacies.
I can do it without even an issue. Because for me, that whole argument of not being able to listen to an artist because of deeds they either did in the past or that they were currently doing or whatever, then you could just keep widening the scope of that.
Yeah.
And not even then all of a sudden, well, why would I live in America? They genocide the original people who were here, and now their faces are printed all along our money, and we carry that. That's, to me, that's where this goes. And maybe that's dramatic.
I think that's actually really smart and simple follow through of that logic.
Yeah, I just feel like once you put that type of view or perspective on an artist, that's on everybody, not just artists. So that it goes on politicians, that it goes on family members.
Right.
Where then you're just judging them based on past deeds. And I'm not saying any of these deeds are excusable and that they should be ignored. It would be hard to live life if that's your perspective.
If that's the lens you have on all the time.
Then it goes into
products. Totally.
And it just becomes
who made this table, who made the food I ate, who made...
And I feel like that builds, and maybe that's why this blast of information that we got from the internet has created this explosion of anxiety
around people's moral code.
Yeah, I don't post a lot. Why this whole doing this podcast was difficult. And just the sense of putting us out there and speaking and having a point of view and on anything
yeah, bingo.
I can listen to R. Kelly. I can listen to Michael Jackson. I can listen to John Lennon. I can listen to all these artists and think about I shouldn't be listening to this because of that. I'm listening to it the way I could watch Harry Potter and read Harry Potter and not
knowing about J.K. Rowling
and knowing about J.K. Rowling's perspective. It goes even to other shit that I like Stephen King. At one point in his life, he was an alcoholic. He was abusive. He is prolific. Am I really gonna be It's also for me a perspective thing. People will be hella biased about one artist rather than the other artists because of their political beliefs or their own
or their own experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I agree with you on that. Music is the greatest joy that I get to enjoy as a person, personally. So when you think about somebody like R. Kelly, it's as simple as this. He has made music. By the way, we'll use this as a positive. He can't read or write. Okay. He can make music in such a way that affects me and billions of people without his sexual stuff and knowing about anything of what he is. Suppose this man was just somebody who was living in a closet. We had no knowledge of his life or who he is, his name, his age, anything, his proclivities. We just have the music, right? And sure, some of that music is a little weird and problematic itself, but the guy's a very talented musician. I respond, as far as music is concerned, I don't like guilty pleasures. I don't like the idea, even though I like making fun of music sometimes or whatever. Truly, if you like this, God bless.
Yeah.
Because that's how music is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just, whatever sounds good to your ear, why would you even waste time justifying that?
Yeah.
As far as what sounds good, right? Okay, so now you have R. Kelly who makes incredible music. And you're telling me because he did pretty awful things that I should now not enjoy that music. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I got a couple examples. I remember Big Pun is one of the reasons I make rap music, love rap music. Big Pun, we talk about Puerto Rican icons. Big Pun is my guy. Love Big Pun, had no problem with, obviously. I remember being like 16. After he had already seeped well deep into my DNA, as far as like rap and how to and all that kind of stuff, just a video of him beating the ever-loving shit out of his wife. Just bad. Like, no justifying it, you know. And you sit there being like, God damn it, that's awful. And then you reckon with that. Somebody who, they say don't meet your heroes. Somebody who I greatly admire for their artistic output is doing something that I find personally reprehensible. Okay, so I don't agree with what he did. I'm not going to go back and delete his music from my iPod. I'm not going to uninform my rhyme style and rap influence and taste based on that. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I get to do two things, people. I get to say that video sucks. What he did was fucking wrong, and I get to enjoy his work. I was just thinking the other day, too, about a random stranger approaching maybe one of those Hitler paintings. This is going to be real crazy. Just approaching a Hitler painting of his dog and being like, that's a cool painting, and then you learn it's Hitler, who obviously you hate, who obviously sucks, and being like, now I don't like that painting.
You should be able to say that I think Big Pun was a douche and a dick for doing that.
Yep.
He should face the consequences. And at the same time, list your 5 favorite Big Pun songs.
Exactly. And that's how I feel about R. Kelly. I think he's guilty as hell. Yeah. I think he should do and has been doing the time. And I think I also get to enjoy the music. It's like all those things.
When you brought up rap, it opens up a whole other bag, because when we're talking about artists that I had mentioned before, like R. Kelly or John Lennon or Michael Jackson, their music isn't inherently sexist. While rap glorifies
sexism or like chauvinistic behavior,
And still today's pop culture, even if you want to talk about artists like Kendrick Lamar, like Kendrick Lamar has songs like that, whether they're like in satire or whatever he's trying to bring.
And they use that against him too, like because he was just shitting on Drake about that. Yeah, I just thought about this example now, and I think because I was thinking about it, I think it's relevant. Gunna. His shit was fire. I was a big fan of Gunna. Cut to, and now they're on trial for a RICO charge. Young Thug is facing a bunch of time. Gunna's facing a bunch of time. Gunna denounces YSL. Anybody in the urban community would call snitching. He rats. Immediately, my own taste of his music changed. It just immediately just happened. To show just how these things work sometimes. Psychologically, you don't mean them to.
Is that how you feel about T.I.?
This is what I mean. Yesterday, I just sat down on the train listening to a bunch of Gunna songs and being like, what am I doing? Like, am I dumb? Like, I like these songs. I don't give a... By the way, in some of these songs, he's talking about not fucking with people who are rats. And I'm just like, that is hilarious.
The thing is, like, it's all performance, right? It's all like, and this is why it is a performance, and then you get people like Pusha T, who is just like, you didn't live that life while you talking about it.
Meanwhile, did he?
That's a good question.
Right.
I feel like the way that Malice talks, I'm like, this dude killed somebody.
Also, he religious, not religious. He do one of those. Louis C.K.
For when I make a transaction financially,
you're not paying for him to do that.
I'm not paying to support. I'm paying to be entertained. The transaction is for me.
He's a tailor, and he's making you clothes. You find out that he was doing exactly the thing that Louis was doing. You're gonna say, okay, is my supporting him supporting the act? Or, by the way, we just both agreed that Louis maybe didn't handle the apology as well, but we're also probably agreeing that he has something is up, like he's struggling with something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not supporting him to continue doing that. You're supporting a human being to exist still. You have a right to exist. And Malcolm Jamal Warner just died, Theo from The Cosby Show. And you think about how crazy it is that The Cosby Show is a great show. Bill Cosby didn't write every episode. His creative imprint was not the whole show. So now you have a show which is an incredible show with all these great actors and writers that you can't watch anymore because this son of a bitch ruined it for everybody. And I'm thinking that because Malcolm Jamal Warner just died, and even me, I'm like, I want to watch some class. I love The Cosby Show, actually.
It's very interesting when I think about The Cosby Show because I didn't grow up on The Cosby Show. I didn't see one episode of The Cosby Show.
Fantastic.
But my mom grew up on The Cosby Show.
Fantastic show.
And she literally says that Bill Cosby was her father. I think about all like the kids that grew up just like in a single like mother household that had like Bill Cosby to like fit that like position.
Any last things? Pepe got canceled. Pepe Le Pew.
He was in this movie. We could...
Yeah. A cartoon character. Look, it's not a great movie. We're not gonna lie to you. It's not a great movie.
Look, the first thing I said to Daryl at the end of this movie was, "This movie's bad."
It's bad.
Me and the homie are in our 30s. It's not for us.
Yeah.
All right. We saw this movie when we were kids. We enjoyed it when
Loved
we were
it. It was
kids,
my whole life.
and it fit the role that it had to for us when it was kids.
Shouts out to "Fly Like an Eagle" by Seal. Great song. Michael Jackson should have been in this movie. That's another thing I wanted to say. The guy who directed this movie actually did some Michael Jackson videos, which is so annoying.
Very cool.
For some reason, I was like, why didn't you just make this the whole MJ movie? Both MJs, you know?
Yeah.
Shouts out to Bass Jam by Lil B. I knew I was almost going to forget.
The link of the album. For me, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
All right? That's what it's getting.
Okay.
Do I think your kids should watch this
Your kids
movie?
should watch it.
100%.
No, 2 out of 5 is good. That's like
you like basketball, you like cartoons, watch this movie. If
Yeah.
you are in elementary school, maybe even middle school, hit them up with this movie if they haven't seen it.
Hit them up.
But if you're an adult, you can miss this movie completely. It won't bother you at all.
Watch Fantastic Planet.
Fantastic.
What a random, right?
I mean, it has aliens in it.
Big Pun sampled that. Ooh, full circle.
Every rapper you know has sampled this.
I'm giving this 23.
23 out of 100?
Out of 100.
I feel like that's a 2 out of 5. We're in the
That's
same.
why I laughed. I said too. I'm like at 20. I just did 20 for Jordan,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh, that's close too. I was talking about how Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of, at least for me, is the first example of human beings and animated characters, and I thought that was a phenomenal movie. I didn't think this was too bad. Like there was a way they did it that was actually kind of fun. Some shots are cool, some were bad.
No, and the animation and the kind of weird like CGI that they were doing, it wasn't half bad. I enjoyed it. And honestly, like what you were just referencing, like this was I said it in my intro, this is pre like Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
Because Kingdom Hearts is Disney and Final Fantasy. And they were like, sure, we'll see what happens. And this is Warner Brothers and basketball. And they were like, yeah, whatever, let's do it again.
Or like we were saying, like a Michael Jordan biography that they decided to do while he was still popping, and just throw in the Looney Tunes.
I do want to say my favorite scene is the scene with Charles Barkley.
Oh, that's your favorite scene?
When he loses.
That's my second favorite scene.
When he loses his talent and motor skills. And he's just watching an all-girls like group,
small children of girls, yeah, all girls,
just play basketball, and he's just looking at them, and they're like, "Oh snap! It's Charles Barkley, come play with us!" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll play with you." And he's playing with them, and he sucks because his talent's taken away.
They sunning him,
and then they shit all over him.
He also lost his ability to talk shit, which is crazy.
Dude, no lines. The whole thing, like, it's pretty long. It's like 3 minutes at least, like, or maybe 2.
That is one of my favorite scenes, but my actual favorite scene is when Jordan learns that he can stretch, and he just and I'm like, this should be the worst scene in the movie, but you know what, man? This is a Michael Jordan movie in the Looney Tunes universe. That's exactly how you do it.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you plugging?
SCO, Center for Family Life donation. The link is going to be in the bio. Center for Family Life in Sunset Park in Brooklyn relies on the contributions of our donors to provide services and support to many thousands of community members who come to our doors each year. They have many, many services and programs, including family and community support, school-based youth and community programs, going from employment services to family counseling, to other community services. If you have the money to donate, please donate to Center for Family Life in Sunset Park. The link will be in the bio.
You know what? I want to plug Sunset Park. Not the neighborhood, the park itself. I played basketball there a million times. I just love that park.
I played handball there.
Yeah, we played handball. You know, this is the kind of that park helped raise me, and I have my mixed feelings about how the neighborhood has changed over the course of our lives.
Yeah.
But that park is still legendary, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I think about basketball and adolescence, pre-adolescence rather, Space Jam, I think about Sunset Park.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was a fun kind of...
Yeah, we grew up in Sunset Park, so definitely sending shout-outs and appreciation. And if anybody has the wherewithal or the money or anything to contribute to the community in any type of way, it'd be great.
Sustained us. Check out Space Jam. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We know we DIY in this, man. Any appreciation we're getting from you guys has been tremendous, and there's been a lot of it. So
yeah, for sure. Any feedback, we do appreciate it, whether it's negative or positive. We are learning on the fly, like Daryl's saying. It's definitely so. Any feedback is appreciated, and we appreciate you guys for watching.
Come on and slam.